Good afternoon. This is VAN Channel 7. I'm Heidi Berger and this is Michele Thornburg. Hi Heidi. Hello. I guess you folks out there have been wondering what's been going on early this week. Well, the Justice Department has been trying in the past few years to make a significant dent in organized crime around the country, and the department has had some success. Now it seems that federal investigators are close to indicting some of the major crime figures in the biggest market of all, New York City. The investigators have had some surprise help. Anthony Corral, the reputed head of the Mafia Lucadaivi family, unexpectedly gave investigators a bonanza of information after planting a microphone in Corral's car. Investigators reported about 75 hours of conversation as he was chauffeured around New York City, conducting mafia business. The tapes have already produced state indictments charging Corral with heading a conspiracy to control the private garbage collecting in New York City, inflating costs by $10 million each year. In the last 7 days, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, David Lange, has twice said no to port calls in New Zealand by the Navy destroyer. Why? Because the destroyer may be carrying nuclear weapons. Mr. Lange was elected Prime Minister in part by promising that New Zealand will be a nuclear-free zone. The Reagan administration has now canceled a joint military exercise with the New Zealand and Australia. New Zealand's rebuff has caused a diplomatic uproar at Washington, including hints that the U.S. might pull out a 34-year-old U.S. defense treaty with New Zealand and Australia. This causes a concern that other countries will follow New Zealand's lead. Pope John Paul has begun his last phase on his trip to Latin America and the Caribbean. He arrived late Tuesday afternoon in Trinidad and Tobago. It has been a challenging trip, particularly the trip to Peru. The Pope had told some of urban slum dwellers that while the poor must always be fed, they should not follow Peru's Marxist guerrillas down the violent path of conservation with the government. An investigation is being held on the death of a 5-year-old boy whose body was found Tuesday night in a refrigerator. Evanston police were informed of the death from another child. The victim was identified as Samuel Stern. The Catholic Archdiocese of Chicago will soon begin dispatching bilingual Nobertoons to help reduce street gang violence. In a speech Tuesday night at London Square, Joseph Cardinal Bernardine said the program may start as early as mid-February. Well, I guess you are wondering what's been happening later in the week. Michele, can you tell us?
I think I can, Heidi. Nicaraguan President Daniel Ortega says President Reagan has turned his back on a political settlement in Central America and is contemplating a military solution to overthrow his government. The White House has rejected a Cuban call for improving relations for 4 years. The Cubans have been talking about relations, but have been taking very little action upon it. White House Larry Speake said they want more action than words. Donald Reagan took over as White House Chief of Staff Monday, replacing James Baker, who moved into Reagan's old office to become Secretary of Treasury. A man was charged for abducting, slaying, and raping a 10-year-old Naperville girl. The trial is being heard before DuPage Circuit Court Judge Edward Cowell. A 43-year-old man and 32-year-old woman were found shot to death in an apartment. The suburbs police chief said the bodies were found on Monday. Their neighbors found them when the mother wanted the neighbor to check on the couple. A preschool teacher was killed in a head-on car collision near Naperville early Sunday morning. She was driving home from a skating date with her boyfriend. The other driver, Shelley Loco, was charged for driving under the influence of alcohol. A 14-year-old freshman drowned Wednesday in swimming class at George Washington High School. The students were doing breathing exercises and practicing swimming motions while on flat boards. The teacher blew the whistle to end class and found the child at the bottom of the pool. Reverend Jesse Jackson is in the hospital with pneumonia. He has a severe case of bronchitis that caused part of his right lung to collapse. That's about all what happened in the later part of this week. I think it's about time for the weather. Susie, can you tell us?
Thank you, Michelle. Good afternoon. Monday was snowy and it was in its high teens. Tuesday when it was in its high 20s and we had rain flurries and cloudy skies. Wednesday was light snow and high 20s. Wednesday night was in its low teens. Thursday night was snow showers and heavy by the lake. It was in its high 10s in the west and 20s in the east. During the night it was in its low teens. Friday was mostly sunny and some snow showers for the southeast. High 10s west and 20s east. North winds at 15 to 20 miles per hour. During the night, increasing cloudiness and high 10s west and east. Saturday, we are expecting occasional light snow and high teens. Thank you. Now back to Michelle.
I wonder what's been happening in basketball this week.
That's a good subject, Heidi. Maybe Todd McMean, our sports person, can tell us. Todd, can you tell us?
Thank you, Michelle. In pro basketball, Michael Jordan won the Rookie of the Month award, and people think he will win the Rookie of the Year award. Coaches say that a good small forward must be at least 6 foot 7 inches tall, handles the ball well enough to fend off a guard if needed, averages 17 to 22 points and 7 rebounds a game. Must be a good scorer and a good defensive player. Should create good shots and make good fast breaks, and finally open into play situations. Some of Tuesday's results were Boston and Chicago 110-106, New Jersey over Detroit 119-117, Lakers over Houston 113-104, and New York over Seattle 110-108. Some of Wednesday's results were Boston over Cleveland 113-108, and Dallas over Golden State 129-103. Finally, Sunday's game in Atlanta, the All-Star game, is being held in Indianapolis. As I said before, we lost against Boston on Tuesday, 110-106. Chicago is in third place in their division with 24 wins and 25 losses. Switching to hockey, Chicago Blackhawks head coach Orville Tessier was fired. General manager Bob Holford took over this position for the second time in 3 years. It turns out that he won one for Holford, 3-2 over Toronto. That makes Hawks 23 wins and 28 losses, and 3 ties. The second in their division. In soccer, Sting has a total of 17 wins and 9 losses. The second in their division. They will host Baltimore on today at 7:35 p.m. College basketball, DePaul lost to Dayton 67-63. In baseball, Cubs filed a letter saying that if they don't get the lights for the field, they will have to play somewhere else. Donald C. Granesco has been elected vice president for the Chicago Cubs. He formerly was a treasurer for the newspaper, the Chicago Tribune. Now back to Michelle.
Hello, I'm Jason, and this is Paul. Wait. Do it again.
Start now.
Hello, I'm Jason, and this is Paul. We're at Channel 7, WVAM. And this is Paul with the weather.
Monday, Chicago and vicinity areas, there's cloudiness, light snow, and highs 33 to 36 degrees. Monday night, clear snow, diminishing lows of 13 to 18. Tuesday was partly cloudy, snow shower early, high of 28 degrees. Tuesday night, increasing cloudiness, low of 22. Wednesday, partly cloudy, high of 45 degrees. Southwest winds at 20 to 25 miles per hour. Wednesday night, increasing cloudiness, slight rain and fog, low of 32 degrees. Thursday, foggy and rainy. Drizzle developing, high at 42 degrees. Southerly winds at 15 to 30 miles per hour. Thursday night, rain and fog, low of 42, high of 45, then falling as winds turn northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Friday, rain and fog and drizzle, chance for a thunderstorm in the morning, high of 45 degrees, then falling as winds turn north. Friday night, drizzle ending, low of 35. Saturday, partly cloudy and chance of showers late, high of 48 degrees. Today, it was sunny in Oregon and cloudy in Colorado. Rain in Indiana and Illinois.
Monday in sports, Bulls overwhelmed by Milwaukee hands Bulls another lopsided defeat, 125 to 105 Sunday, causing Coach Kevin Lurie to ponder lineup changes. Also on Monday, St. John Dunsky Paul. Chris Coleman's 31 points led to the top-ranked St. John's Red Men to a 93-80 victory over the stumbling DePaul Blue Demons in New York. Also on Monday, Hawks tie Red Wings. Hawks Jerome DuPont is dumping by Detroit's Randy DeCusa in Sunday's 4-4 tie. Hawks' Tom Lasik backs up the play in sports on Monday. Tuesday, Loyola wins 11th in a row. Alfredrick Hughes scores 21 points, and Loyola serves St. Louis slow down tactics for its 11th straight win, 54 to 43. Now for the rest of the week's sports. Karl Heinz Benitez celebrates the first quarter goal during the 7-6 victory over the Los Angeles Lakers Thursday night at the stadium. Leon Durham didn't get the $1.1 million he sought. In basketball, DePaul's Tyrone Corbin stuffs home the first basket of the Blue Demons' 77-65 victory over Indiana State. Hawks' Ed Olczyk and Bob Murray gang up on Montreal's Mike McPhee on Wednesday night in the stadium. Lawrence Charles takes a rebound. During North Carolina wins over Duke 70 to 66. Minnesota's Tommy Davis wasn't able to stop Sean Watts of Northwestern from taking a shot, but Watts was limited to 4 points in the Gophers' 74 to 48 blowout of NU Evanston Thursday night. On Thursday, fastest pins in Illinois Prep Wrestling. Tom Kazar, 185 pounds, pinned his opponent in 3 seconds. Some of the other fastest pins were Rich Lavery, Tom Oren, Paul Vogel, Jeff Bruno, Joe Elbrick, and Robert Mays. Thursday, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scores 27 points, and the Lakers beat the Bulls 127-117 for fans at the stadium. That's all for sports this week. Now let's go back to Tom.
Good night, and stay tuned for The Young and the Restless.